Hey guys! Welcome to number 19 on my Galaxy Girls list. Today is Scorpio. Happy birthday to all you Scorpios out there. Scorpio's main color is red, so I wanted to go for a kind of sassy red belly dancer with a red and white ombre braid that mimics a scorpion tail for this one. I don't think I've ever used red and black with watercolor, and it's something about doing that color combination and having it meld together was so satisfying. The red is just so intense and it really contrasts with that black of the ink. I definitely want to use this color combination in another piece. Maybe not the Galaxy Girls pieces, but definitely in my future artwork. So yes, this is a mixture of watercolor and ink. And the ink really didn't want to mix with the watercolor at all, so I kind of had to mix it myself with a dry brush after laying the two down. I then put that salt over top. It worked on the left side, and then I got really hot, so I turned on a fan, and unfortunately it dried the water too fast, so the right side didn't get as much texture. And then for the darker part of her hair, I actually kept that mixed ink with watercolor combination. I liked the shade of dark red it gave, but literally mixing the ink and the watercolor created a kind of weird texture. It wasn't too easy to work with, but since it's just for one color, I made it work. Now, for some reason, when I draw braids, I get super confused. Even though I stare at a reference picture, I just, for some reason, can't figure out how to draw the strands going into one another. It just, like, my brain can't handle it, so I just kind of fake it. And then for line art on the fine details, I'm still using these Marvi Uchida Le Pen liners. Again, they're okay. I don't love them as much as microns, but all my microns are out, so they're not bad. They're a close second. I also, again, am happy with how the hands turned out. I've been working on using my own hands as reference, and I don't know, maybe drawing more hands lately has gotten me a little more used to it. So that's a little personal milestone I'm happy about reaching. I still have 12 more pieces in this series to go, absolutely finishing all of them, but I have decided, and I hope you all don't mind, to start slowing down. I know I keep saying it, but I really am going to slow down a bit just so I can finalize my Kickstarter for the series and launch that as soon as possible. That way I can have the Kickstarter going while I'm finishing up the last 12 pieces. I'm not going to set a final date just yet, but I will say next week, so hopefully sometime around Halloween. I'll let you know for sure as soon as I can. Yesterday, I ordered a bunch of sample paper from different printing companies for the book, so that's really exciting. I can't wait for those to get here. I've done some books before, like a coloring book and the Goddess book from my 2016 Inktober series, and I love how they were printed, but they were done a little more simple than I want this book to be. I'm hoping to make some stretch goals for hardcover or a soft cover with either some gold embellishments or holographic, so I'm not sure exactly which one I'll go with yet, but hopefully when the samples get here I'll figure it out. Unfortunately, around this time in the piece, my video got corrupted, and so I only have a little bit of the background and the dress below being painted. Essentially, it's just ink wash with salt. If you haven't seen my other Inktober videos, I use that technique in almost every one, so if you're interested in seeing it done, you can look back at those. Some of you were asking why salt isn't working for you in your watercolor or ink pieces, and I don't know exactly why for sure, but sometimes it just doesn't work as well with certain inks or certain colors. For example, I've found that cadmium red doesn't react very well with salt, whereas Payne's gray just goes crazy, so that could be a problem. I've also found that certain inks, like the Noodler's Heart of Darkness that I just got, don't react at all with salt, whereas the deleter number 4 that I've been using constantly does. I'm actually not using the deleter for the first time in this series because I ran out. So I just ordered some more through Amazon and it should get here by Friday. But for now, I'm using my FW acrylic ink, and I like it because it has a cooler tone. It is an acrylic ink though, so you have to be a little bit more careful about leaving it in a brush because it will dry stiff and be hard to remove. That's why I don't use it with a brush pen. And I still only use platinum carbon ink for my brush pens because it's completely waterproof and doesn't clog the pen or the converter at all. And again, I've linked all my supplies that I use below, and I have a supply video. I also found my treacle brush, which I'm excited about because I love that brush, but I did not find my Fine Tech Gold. I'm so sad. I might just have to buy another set because I use it so much. I had a lot of fun using gold on her belly dancing outfit and headdress. I'm still using that Kuretake gem palette for the gold, and it's alright, but it's definitely no Fine Tech / Coliro. Might be hard to see from this angle, but I gave her a gold chain mask, which I've never done before, but that was interesting. I got some reference for belly dancing outfits on Pinterest. If you feel like it, you could follow me on Pinterest as well, and I've created boards for each one of these Inktober pieces. And I don't use Pinterest to copy images, I use it to get kind of a mood board for each piece, putting together different images that I find fit the mood of the piece. And maybe certain poses I mash together and kind of create my own pose and my own interpretation of the reference I find. So if you're interested in what that looks like, I have also linked my Pinterest below. Pin a lot of things though, so that could either be annoying or helpful. Depends on what you want. If you've just recently found me through YouTube, first of all, hello. My home on the internet since I started posting my artwork online a few years back has been Instagram. So I definitely post the most there. I was originally doing this Kickstarter to celebrate reaching 200,000 followers on Instagram, but I now have 230 thanks to Inktober. I'm beyond speechless how much I've grown on there this month. So thank you all so much for following me here and over there. It's really exciting for me to know you all have been enjoying these celestial galaxy girls. I'm really happy to have you here on this crazy month journey that it's been. I also really want to thank you for all your kind comments about telling me it's okay to take some breaks and let my project go into November. I really appreciate it. I'm very hard on myself, so hearing that has made the decision to take a little break to focus on the Kickstarter so much easier. I feel like at least if I get to 20, I will feel okay with finishing some of the pieces in November. Overall, I just want to create the best artwork I possibly can for you guys, and of course for myself as well. So 20 full-on illustrations in a month, that's not too bad. That's the best I've ever done. And if you also are behind in Inktober, don't sweat it, just look at what you've created so far and be proud about sitting down and drawing for as many days as possible in a month. It's a huge accomplishment, and I feel bad when I see some people saying that they failed at Inktober because they missed some days, because it's really not about the challenge of drawing every day. It's about learning something about yourself and growing in some way as an artist. As artists, we all grow in different ways, so completing 5 drawings in a month might be a huge challenge for you personally, and you should be proud of your personal accomplishment. All right, mushiness aside, I am proud of you guys. As you can see, I went back in and did some touching up on that braid, doing some flyaway hairs that I love oh so much. I couldn't decide if I wanted the end of the braid to be pure white or have some line work in it, but after putting the line work in, I decided I didn't like it as much, so I covered it back up with my white ink. Okay, and here is the finished piece. I hope all you Scorpios enjoyed it, and all you non-Scorpios. If you're liking this series, please subscribe and follow along on my social media, especially Instagram and Twitter, so you can keep up to date on all those Kickstarter notifications. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time for the Fox Constellation. Have a lovely day!